Are we live?
Yes, we are live. Welcome back to Down the Track. There's a lot of promos being cut before the IPL, a lot of pranks, so I thought I'll do, do a on you. Yes, we are reviewing the Rajasthan Royals versus the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Contra, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? Is the
I'm
question.
doing well, man. I'm doing good. It was a one-sided game. I think Rajasthan played really well. Sunrisers disappointing. Few positives, but yeah, that no ball wicket kind of changed the momentum, and there was no looking back. It was a great all-round performance from Rajasthan Royals.
Absolutely. The
Yep.
Baskin Robin sell some orange candies today.
Good way to put it. Good way to put it. Yeah, man. What can you say? They lost the toss, but they put on a really good score. Butler and Jaiswal, good start, and then the partnership between Padikkal and Samson was brilliant, and Hetmeyer finished it off exactly what you wanted from the batting order. That's what they gave you. And Sanju Samson, when he's on song, he's an unbelievable player to watch. It's just that consistency that we're looking for.
Absolutely, absolutely. We were talking about the toss situations prior to this. I don't know what's going to change from here. But if you see, there was movement in the second innings, first 5 6 overs. So the ball wasn't that wet. Maybe it's just a Pune pitch.
Hmm.
So let's see. Hopefully, uh, it works like this in Bombay as well. Because then, if winning the toss is the only uh, most important part of the game, then it makes a real disadvantage for the second innings team batting.
Yeah, I think that's where they missed the trick, right? Like you said, there was swing in both innings. I think the fact that Sunrisers lost so many wickets and also the run rate was so slow, they just couldn't make up. But if they went through that period and didn't give a wicket, maybe scored like 40, 50 runs in that power play, it would have been a different complexion because you saw what Washington Sundar did in the end. Markram is
Absolutely.
you could still hit the boundaries. So maybe the dew wasn't too much in effect, but it was also a matter of fact that Rajasthan just finished off the game in that power play.
So, what do you think? Like, should they go with the same opening pair from here on, or change the opening pair?
You're talking about Sunrisers?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in favor of this pair in the beginning, so it'll be good to maybe even Markram. You want him in the middle order as well, so maybe send in a Washington Sundar or even a Rao Tripathi. Maybe a Tripathi and Williamson might do the trick, push everyone up the order. I think Williamson might have been scarred from last season where the middle order didn't contribute at all, but today he probably saw that there is middle order batting, and that's something that they will uh, give them confidence, and maybe it'll change their approach in the power play. And I think you need your best batsman at the top, right? So why not a Tripathi and a Williamson? Or if you want to try something different, you go with a Sundar, a Tripathi, a Williamson, or a Tripathi Markram. That's the way to go. Prankit Jain is in the house. He's saying hi. What's up, man? Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Prankit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm feeling about the opening partnership.
And do you think Rajasthan going with Butler open and Particle two down? It did work for them today, but do you think that's how they're going to look about it from here on?
Now that they won, that's how they will look about it. But Particle, I was impressed because I felt that middle overs he's not as effective as he is when he's opening the batting, and Butler can bat anywhere. But I
True.
guess they just want to go with that positive intent. They want to go bang bang in the power play and right hand left hand combination. They want to keep that going through the order, and that's the way to go. So if Particle can pull up performances like this, then why not? They'll probably stick to that. You won't want to tamper too much of the winning combination. With Sunrisers, you lost the game, so you can look about it. Abhishek Sharma struggled, man. He struggled, and this is the exact worry that I had because yes, he can hit the ball and everything, but opening the batting is a different kind of beast. Like the ball is swinging. Of course, you're not going to get these kind of conditions all the time where the ball's swinging this much, but you need a good opener there.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Would you make any changes to the team though for SRH?
No, I don't think right now there's not too many changes that they will have to make. Washington Sundar with the ball was as expensive as he was with the bat, so like that's
Yeah.
something that we'll have to work on. But again, maybe he can take tips from someone like an Ashwin. That's why you have to credit the Rajasthan. They've got an experienced players. The bowling attack looks really solid, batting as well, and the Sunrisers is a young team, so they will learn. I think as it goes, it's not you're not going to see the results maybe this season, but they will have to learn as it goes. You can see Rajasthan were a much more polished team today.
Absolutely. They were on the money from ball one,
Hmm.
and especially in the field. But I felt like Chahal and Ashwin, the way they were bowling on this pitch, even there was some dew, but Chahal was still getting that grip. Or I don't know how he managed to do that. I'm sure he practiced a lot. Even Ashwin was struggling a bit. He bowled two or three full toss balls in between. Maybe he was not able to grip the ball, but yes, Chahal was really bowling extremely well today.
Yeah,
That
Chahal
was
is
something what I
he's an
kind of feel.
outstanding T20 bowler, but also like they were at the perfect situation. You ask a spinner what situation you want to come in, this is the situation, right?
Absolutely, but still, the way he controlled the ball was something to watch for other spinners as well in
Yeah.
this due.
No, definitely, and we've seen Chahal even with RCB. He's been very effective. I'm surprised he wasn't in the T20 World Cup. A lot of people saying surprised he's not in RCB, but also the T20 World Cup for India. He's someone that he'll pick up
Absolutely.
wickets. He has good control. He can flight the ball as well. Always attacking. And today he showed that picking up wickets consistently. And this team looks very solid, man. From top to bottom, it looks really good. Again, it's we can't really pass a judgment right now because there's going to be different teams, more
Different teams, yeah.
teams that they're going to encounter. But yeah, if you looked at the pitch, apart from those 5-6 overs, it was a very good pitch to bat on. Excellent pitch. I think 200 was chaseable on this wicket. Maybe 10 runs extra, but not like 60 runs extra. It wasn't like that kind of the
True.
wicket where it wasn't like a green Lord surface or anything like that. There was swing over there. I just felt that they didn't handle it too well, and maybe you need a proper opener in these kind of conditions, and that's why you have to go with that kind of combination. You saw Narayan, right? Like that combination worked for how many games? 6, 7, 8 games, let's say, but not more than that.
Not more than that.
And that's where you'd probably need like they're trying to fit. I understand the thinking behind him opening, but clearly he struggled, so they'll have to go in a different
But a
way.
person like Narayan would still work for SRH because at least he's going to go for those big shots. But whereas Kane would stable the innings, play as an anchor for the innings. But if you have Abhishek Sharma and Kane both opening, it's like you're not utilizing the power play that well.
Yeah, no, because he struggled to hit the ball. That was his intention, was to pinch hit. That's why they sent him opening, but he struggled. He was beaten all ends up, and that's what happens. When you get a lower order batsman, sometimes if it's the conditions are there's a bit of swing, it becomes difficult to play, and that's something that they will have to work on for sure.
Before we move on, I wanted to ask you about Umran Malik's bowling. He did bowl some good balls. Even Natarajan did in the end. We know his death bowling with those Yorkers. Maybe a different pitch, your bowling side would have been much better.
No, I think the length that was the problem. Like they didn't. I think there was a few deliveries that he bowled. The wickets that he bowled, Rajasthan picked up that length straight away. Whoever was there, the analyst or Bolt and Prasid Krishna were watching. They knew exactly that. Listen, he's bowling when he bowls at this length, it's unplayable. But because it was the first innings, they didn't know exactly how the pitch is going to play. They're still trying to go for wickets. They're trying to hit the block hole, and they're doing different things. And they're trying to. Once you see swing, you always want to pitch it up. But Bolt and what's his name, Prasid
Prasid
Krishna,
Krishna,
were not pitching it up. They're bowling at on a
good
good length,
length.
like middle of the pitch, and they're
Yeah,
still getting it to seam. It was more seam than swing, and that's something that it's experience, right? Yes,
absolutely.
Prasid Krishna is not the most experienced bowler, but he has Bolt with him. They're probably chatting. That's where Bhuvneshwar Kumar's kind of input will help Umran Malik. I hope that it will. And he's a young guy. He has a lot of pace, so he will trouble batsmen, and he will also get hit for runs. So it'll be that kind of season for him. But that ball he bowled to Butler and the wicket of Padikkal as well. Those are beaten raw pace, nothing else.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, who was your player of the day?
It's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Prasid Krishna. He just broke the back of
Same.
the batting. Like I said, I
Absolutely.
felt
I
that
loved his bowling.
even with this team, like I felt that Sunrisers should have taken it close. It's not like yeah, you're a young team, but on this pitch, you had the players, right? And you had the personnel to hit. Someone like a Puran is there, someone like a Markram. You have batting there. You have Romario Shepherd who can hit sixes. We saw that today. So to break the back in the power play like that, I think your hats off to Prasid Krishna. Really, really good bowling. KKR, you look, we always say like, oh, teams are kicking themselves and everything, but sometimes it's not in the team's hands to retain players. So we will like, I don't want to go on that route, but they will miss him because the way he's bowling
Absolutely.
is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
MI will definitely miss Bolt for sure
Yeah.
after the first game.
Yeah, Prankit Singh death bowling is the only problem for Rajasthan Royals. It is a problem. It could be an issue as
Yeah.
things go, because Coulter Nile has not lived up to their expectation today. And but they can try Nisham. Even he can get hit. That could be an issue. But if they maximize power plays, then they might not need to worry too much in the death. They might. It's okay if they concede a few runs. And someone like a Bolton, Prasidh Krishna, they do have that Yorker. They do have the slower balls. They have the variation. So it's not like they don't know how to bowl. I think this death bowling is better than last season. Last season
Absolutely.
they didn't have anyone, right? You had Sakaria, Mustafizur. They didn't have that. Now you do have reputable bowlers who can bowl at the death, and you have on both sides from both ends. So I think it's not too much of a worry, but yes, that's something that teams will look at, like the last 4 overs to attack Rajasthan. Sunrisers showed that today, that they can get hit, but if you break the back of batting in the power play, then it becomes difficult no matter what.
Absolutely. But I think what Prankit may be also asking is that today, yes, the ball was swinging, so we saw Bolt and Prasid bowling 3 overs spells. But what if they were batting for bowling first? And would you think Samson would have given them three over spell even though the ball was swinging, or would have given them 2 over spell so that they had 4 overs for the death?
He would have given 3 to one and then two to the other. But
Okay.
again, right? Like, I mean, Prasidh Krishna, I think he can bowl in the death. Bolt has that. With Bumrah, he was outstanding. So they do have that bowling. Like, yeah, today you're right. Like, they didn't need to any death overs. So if they do have 4 overs in the death in the next game, that will be interesting to see how they bowl. I've seen Bolt get hit. I've seen Prasidh Krishna get hit as well. But like you said, they'll probably save those overs for in a different situation, right? They won't have someone like a Coulter Nile maybe bowling the death,
Yeah,
or
I think Colton has also got injured in today's game. He
yeah,
walked out at the last over. Hopefully, he's fine. If not, then we might be seeing Nisham
niche.
instead of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that's a good point you made. Like, if they will have these overs in the end, it's just any bowler can get hit, right? And that's, but
Absolutely.
if you can
Yeah.
extract a swing like that in the power play, you will cause problems. And also, they do have Chahal, they have Ashwin, they have variations in that attack. It's not just on Bolt and Prasidh Krishna. It's not that kind of
True.
thing. I feel that their spinning attack is as good as well. So that's why they're a lethal team. It's those if you have four bowlers who are all experienced and really good class, then it's difficult for batsmen to really attack at certain times, and that's where I think they can win games. Rajasthan, and then they have the batting to chase down.
Absolutely.
They have the
But my only concern for them is they don't have a sixth bowler. If all the five bowlers, if any one gets hit, it will be like a Riyan Parag to be bowling. They
yeah,
don't. Padikkal does not bowl. Butler does not bowl. Jaiswal does not bowl. Samson is always keeping.
yeah. But it'll be
Edmar
Parag.
does not bowl.
Yeah, it'll be Parag who will roll his arm over. But that's why you've picked these bowlers, right? You
Yeah.
pick these bowlers to give you five. If you have one bad day, it's okay. But on a consistent basis, on a tournament, you pick those bowlers to bowl, those five bowlers to bowl, and you have the sixth option if you need it. But of course, you don't have that much variety. Now, like if Sunrisers still had, Markham didn't bowl today, they have options. They have much more options
Yeah.
than Rajasthan. But then, if your top four are not performing, then it's difficult even for the part timers to come and roll their arm over. It becomes like that as well.
True that, true that. But that's what the main concern with today SRH was. Uh, the spinners were getting hit, so Kane Williamson didn't have the confidence to go with Markram.
Yeah,
He had to bowl Washington 3 overs because Abhishek Sharma had already gone for 1 over for 15.
yeah,
So, but still, and if you see, Washington had already gone for 2 overs, 32 runs odd. Still,
yeah,
he had to take the risk of giving him the 16th over, which is almost like the death over in a T20 game. That's when the team look to go full berserk if they have wickets in hand. So maybe like even in Rajasthan Royals, if they have these five bowlers and they even if one has a bad day and going with Riyan Parag, do you think that's the right option for RR?
yeah. I think so. Because I wouldn't look too much into it because, like I said, right? If you have, suppose you have, give me a part-time bowler, like any part-time bowler, just give me an option.
Tewatia?
Yeah, so suppose you have Tewatia, right? Now, like if they're all getting hit, and he comes in, there's chance he gets hit as well.
Absolutely.
If your top four are, if you all your four bowlers, even one bowler is getting hit, there's it's not 100% guarantee that the sixth bowler will come and also stop. But yes, of course, it's always good to have that option. But if I'm Rajasthan Royals, I'm looking at my top 4 or 5 bowlers, and I'm happy with that. And if one has a bad day, I have Ran Parag as backup. I won't look too much into it. Yes, Lucknow, they have Deepak Huda, they have Krunal Pandya, they have options there. You have the luxury, but then they don't have a Chahal, Ashwin, Bolt, and Prasidh Krishna.
Absolutely.
That's the difference. So you'll have to have, every team will have some issues, but that's why you look at Mumbai Indians now, right? They would love to have somebody like a Chahal in the middle overs. You have Chahal, one bowler will change the whole team for Mumbai Indians, right?
Absolutely.
But that's the thing, like Rajasthan don't have maybe all utility players, but they have specialists, and they want the specialists to win their games like they did today. You want all your batsmen to perform and all your bowlers to
perform. Then only the team.
You will have days, don't get me wrong, you will have days where you wish you had a sixth bowler, but I think for a team like this, they won't be thinking like that. They'll just think positive, and they'll go. And look, Coulter Nile, if he goes, you can get another bowler, and then you can get a Nisham as well. You can try different things if you really are desperate. But with Hetmeyer in form, I think this is the way to go. Quality over quantity. That's what Prankit said. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Totally agree with that.
You want quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Your player of the game?
My player of the game, as I said, was also Prasidh Krishna. Loved the way he bowled.
You didn't take anyone from the losing side this time. I was hoping you would.
I would have chosen Washington Sundar if he would have bowled a little better, because the way he batted, mind blowing. Like coming in and just going from ball one, bang, bang, bang. He was lucky he was dropped twice, maybe.
Yeah.
Tough chances, but still the way he had his mindset that he's going for it was something that will definitely help SRH in the future.
That's why I would have opened with him. Like now, looking at it, like he can finish off games as well. You'd like to keep him in the lower order, but the only reason I was talking about him previously was because he's a proper batsman. He can face the bowling fast. He's a really good player of pace. Like pace doesn't trouble him as much.
Yeah,
and
we saw him.
He hit Bolt as well, right?
No look shots.
Yeah, it's a different proposition with the new ball. So maybe this is his right position. And now I would just go maybe with the Tripathi to open. That's what I would do. But one more thing I just wanted to add was the inexperienced captains have been more successful so far in the first round of games. They've beaten some very experienced captains. So yeah, your thoughts on that again today? Samson beating Williamson. Is it more of they have more organized teams, or is it just good captaincy as well? Because someone like a Hardik Pandya, I felt that he had a weaker team than KL Rahul, but he beat him.
See, as per Hardik Pandya, his youngsters performed for him, so that helped him out. Obviously, a captain can always guide the team, help them out, make some changes, do the right changes as in the field and as per the bowling, or even change the batting order when required. I don't think so. There was a mistake by any of these captains in any of the scenarios which we saw. Everyone went as per the flow. They made few changes here and there. It was just the team performing for them. If the team performs for you, a captain will win. So, we can't just put the blame on the captain, as Hardik said that day also, that if it's a glory win for the team and lose, it's me. But if you see all these games, it was only the team performing won the game for the captain. It was not that there was one outstanding performance. In fact, in Mumbai, there was only one outstanding performance and they lost the game. So that's what is happening throughout the season as of now. We've seen all the teams performing together as a unit are winning. The teams not performing together is not crossing the line.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, you're as good as your team, but I felt like some of the young captains, they made some good decisions. Like, today with Prasidh Krishna, the way Samson handled it, I think given that extra over, that was really good. And Rishabh Pant was impressive as well. So was Shreyas Iyer was excellent in terms of, field placements. Mayank Agarwal also, like a bit of, aggression, but also smart moves as well. And it's good to see, like, Indian captains really taking the fore, and now they're yet to be tested, right? Like, let's see what happens. There's still a long season to go. How they
My
go?
only question mark is Jadeja.
Yeah, again, I don't really think Jadeja was captaining in that game. Now let's see what happens in the next few games.
True.
It's going to take some, because Jadeja is in a different situation as well. He's like, still Dhoni is there. He's behind the stumps. He's involved in the game. It's Chennai Super Kings. They like winning. They have a huge fan backing. So Dhoni will still be involved. But yeah, let's see what happens. But the rest, I think they did a good job. But again, it's early days. We don't know what's going to happen. We might
Yeah,
be sitting here
absolutely.
next week and criticizing captaincy. And yeah, that's what it is. And then moving on to tomorrow's game, RCB versus KKR. A big game for both sides. KKR going with confidence, RCB not so much. RCB again, bowling an issue. Like, you talk about death bowling. They have this problem for the last 15 years now, and we saw it again this season. Death bowling has been an issue. Batting, it looks good. Dinesh Karthik in form, Faf in form, Virat Kohli contributing. So they do have good batting, but again, it's the bowling that they'll have to step up.
Yeah, the worst part is they're playing on the same ground, DY Patil.
They're playing in the
So they already know what's going to happen over there. 200 odd runs is also nothing. You need to have those extra 20 runs. So hopefully RCB is prepared. KKR coming from a very slow game. For example, they made only 132,
yeah,
and they chased down. They're also in like 18 to 19th over.
yeah.
So they have to change the game completely as well. So two different scenarios. One has already played on that ground, faced the defeat, but know how the ground is playing and how they can improve their bowling unit. Whereas KKR is coming from Wankhede and going to DY Patil, totally different pitch for them, and they have to go bang bang from maybe ball one. So it'll be a good contest to watch out for. They have a good team, KKR, and I feel KKR is the only team which I feel has the sixth good option bowler, which is Venkatesh Iyer.
Yeah. Prankit's asking who's winning tomorrow. Prediction.
Uh, well, we always, think that RCB may win it, and in the end, they just don't cross the lines. So I'm actually going for KKR tomorrow.
Going KKR. I'm
Yeah,
going RCB.
it's
Uh,
good.
yeah, just to be no, I just feel like you mentioned the playing on the same ground. I think that's an
That's the
advantage.
advantage. Yeah,
You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to come back stronger, and I think that's what they will do. Again, this kind of team, there's always pressure on them, always expectations, and I feel that KKR also has some holes that they can target. Yes, Umesh Yadav bowled really well, but that bowling attack, apart, you have Varun Chakravarti and Narayan, really good spinners, but that fast bowling, you can attack them. You can
yeah.
really hit them for
You
runs.
can hit Umesh Mavi can be back.
Yeah, so there is options there to attack. And then, when you look at the batting, yes, you have Venkatesh Iyer and Rahane, but, that's not like something, like when you look at it on paper, that's not something you'd be like too afraid of. Again,
Absolutely.
Venkatesh Iyer can come and score 100 as well, but it's something that you can attack. Like, you do have Harshal Patel there, you have Willie, you have different options, you have Siraj.
Siraj.
And that's something they'll have to attack. And hopefully your boy Shahbaz Ahmed gets some bowling as
I
well.
hope so. I hope so. I don't know. Faf, please give Shaba some overs. He needs that under his belt. He's bowling well. Give him his
Big
full
game
quota.
for big game for Hasaranga as well. I really like him as a bowler. I think he's an excellent bowler. It's just that he hasn't clicked yet in the IPL. Every other league, even World Cup, I've seen him perform. Just the IPL hasn't clicked, and maybe it's the pitch that he's playing on in particular. But it's something that I really want to see from Hasaranga, like really bamboozle batsmen and
Yeah.
things. So you have Varun Chakravarti, but to counter that, you do have Hasaranga, and then in terms of
Yeah,
in
Sunil
terms of
Narayan as well.
yeah, Sunil Narayan from KKR. But then if Hasaranga Shahbaz in tandem is a decent spinning attack, and then you have Siraj who can pick up wickets with the new ball there. Willie, I think, bowl him out in the power play or bowl 3 overs of him, and then keep Siraj and Harshal Patel in the death
Harshal
overs.
Patel.
And again, these guys might get hit as well in the death overs.
Yeah.
RCB's death bowling is not the best. That's where they have to be a bit more smart, right? They have to be a bit more smart. Harshal Patel bowling those slower balls, hitting the block hole. Something that hopefully we get to see. I don't know if it's the personnel or whoever plays for RCB, they get hit in the death. So that's,
Yeah.
Umesh Yadav, he's killing it in KKR, but in RCB, he used to get smashed in the death overs.
No, we have to see him tomorrow because tomorrow's pitch, I don't think so will help him that much to see him as well. So let's see.
again, yeah, both teams death overs might be an issue, but power play could go in their favor. So I think whoever takes more wickets in the power play might bag the game. But yeah, from
Do
a
you think they will RC will go with Akashdeep or go with an extra batsman?
they probably go with Akash Deep for now, and then I forgot about him. He's also there. He's their extra bowling option. They probably go with him. If they go the extra batsman, then you have to go Shabazz like 4 overs, right? Or at
Yeah.
least 3-4 overs. So probably they'll just need that extra in the bag and probably keep Akash Deep. But when Maxwell comes, it becomes a bit easier as well, right? Then he provides with the ball. Prankit is saying RCB's ex players Chahal, Padikkal, Sundar. So Chahal 3 wickets today, Padikkal 41 of 27, and Sundar 40 of 17. To add to that, Zampa picked up 4 wickets
Yeah.
against Pakistan.
Pakistan.
This is the stats I wanted to bring up. I forgot about the Sundar part, to be very
Yeah.
honest with you, and Zampa as well. So then we say all this, right? So then there's something there in the franchise. There is something to do with the pressure there, or the captaincy there, or whatever it is. Then
Well, the concern is that these players are actually performing for RCB as well, and not keep getting them back or retaining them is a question mark for the team, not for the franchise, not for those players, right? Because those players were performing for RCB. Particle was continuously performing for RCB. He was going for those runs, even though he wanted to get into the auction. RCB could have gone for him and got him back. Even Chahal, there was some rumors that was asking for more money. Recently, he tweeted saying that he was just called for a meeting, and the director told him that we are retaining these 3 players, and that's it. So that was a rumor. He clarified it that he didn't ask for extra money,
yeah,
so they could have also gone for him. So yeah, like how Prankit is saying Hasaranga over Chahal. Well, Hasaranga is a good player. We've seen what he's done for Sri Lanka. Even in the World Cup, he was an outstanding player. He can bat as well. So maybe that's the reason. But
I'll tell
yes,
you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. You're right. Like, Padikkal, he scored 100 as well. He performed. Chahal has picked up wickets for them. He's been great for them. And he's been outstanding in the Chinnaswamy, right? Like, to
yes,
bowl like that over there in a small ground has been outstanding. But what it is that it's been 14 years and they don't have a trophy. And when it comes to it's desperation. They're just trying different things. They want to think, because they had Chahal in the playoffs last season. They had Chahal in the playoffs season before. Same thing with Padikkal. And I don't think they're trying to replace. They probably wanted to get them back in the auction. Maybe it didn't work out in terms of pricing, but Chahal could have easily gone. But I just think it's desperation. They're just trying something new. And that's my point. My point is, whoever they have had, they've had Mitchell Stark as well. They've had KL Rahul as well. They have Shane Watson as well. Look at Shane Watson over there and look at his performance in CSK. Look at Quinton de Kock's performance in RCB. Then look at his performance in Mumbai. Look at Chahal's. Chahal has been good. Like, I don't want to really compare.
yeah,
But there's so many. Moeen Ali is another example.
yeah.
Right? Moeen Ali.
They had Moeen Ali as well.
So there
They
is
had
something.
Grandhome as well.
I can't put a finger on it, but there is something there. There is something there which they have to work on.
I think they had the best team when they were in the finals. They had Uttapa coming at 7 down or something. They had such crazy batting lineup with Jack Callis and Peterson.
Even the second time they were in the finals against Sunrisers, they
Yeah,
had KL Rahul and Watson coming at 6-7.
yeah,
5-6-7. That was their batting lineup.
batting lineup. Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, they will have to figure it out. Maybe it's a mentality thing, a bit of bad luck also. Like, losing 3 finals, is it? It's a bit of bad luck as well. They need to change something. I still feel it's a good team. You bring Hazelwood back into this team once he's finished his break. I think they will have a very, very solid team. But will they get over the line? Because Hazelwood, then he solves that issue, like with that extra, picking up wickets, and also he can bowl in the depth. But will Hazelwood perform like he did under
Chennai Dhoni, yeah.
So that's another question. They still have players. You look at this team, I'll take this team any day, and I think they can perform. But that's the confusing part, man. That's the confusing part. You look at KKR's team last season. They reached the finals. They lost the first 6 games. If me and you discussed this also, that KKR look poor, but they had the captain and they had Venkatesh Iyer. They backed him, and something happened. RCB can't get anyone. They can't get that out of anybody. They haven't done that.
True.
You couldn't get it out of Decock and all these guys.
Yeah, Quinton was also in their team. They had Kyle Jamieson also from past 2 years.
Yeah.
And no working for them. Something's wrong with them.
Yeah, it's something that they will have to look at, and hopefully we get to see something different. I also Faf's captaincy, I kind of liked it in terms of he didn't lose his shit like in that
True.
the first game. He was smiling when the runouts missing, drop catches happening, and that's what RCB again they will have to focus on. They'll have to take the chances. Today it was a chanceless performance. You would say that no ball was a chance, but I'm not looking too much into it because he's only scored like 20 runs extra after that.
Yeah.
But if you see these games that RCB is losing, they drop catches, they miss runouts. So that's something that they will have to improve on and try to get over the line.
Absolutely. Your player to watch out for tomorrow?
From tomorrow, let's go with Hasaranga. I think I want to see him play. And then if you're looking from a batting perspective or any perspective, Andre Russell, he loves playing against RCB, and this pitch might suit him. And with the ball also, yeah. And I forgot. I was just talking about Mavi and what's his name, Umesh Yadav. Russell can bowl at the death.
Yeah.
What about that? So they have that option. And yeah, that's where KKR's middle order is very strong. Top order, Venkatesh Iyer can get them off to a good start with Rahane. I think that's a good team. Shreyas Iyer, he's someone that I also want to see how he performs. I think he's in good form. So it'll be good. It'll be a good game. KKR looking slight favorites, but I'm just going with RCB. Let's see what happens. Yours?
Mine has to be Andre Russell. I think he's going to do way better than Odion Smith to RCB. He's going to smash them.
It's going to be a hard performance to match, but if anyone's capable of it, it's Andre Russell. And you already see, apart from Puran, these West Indies are liking these pitches. Puran and Lewis, especially the lower order hitters, they're liking these pitches. You can see a difference. You saw Hetmeyer today. You've seen Odion Smith. You saw Romario Shepherd in glimpses.
Yeah.
They do like...
He wasn't bad, Romario Shepherd. Those 262 Colton was some good power shots.
Yeah, so these players actually enjoy these kind of pitches. So I think you'll get to see some of that from Andre Russell as well. Sure. I think he always prefers playing here than he does in Dubai. And hoping to see some fireworks tomorrow from both teams.
Good.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully.
Take care.